child, stop. Hear me right now. I am breaking through every layer of noise surrounding you, breaking through the thoughts that have been cycling through your mind without rest, breaking through every distraction that has been working to pull your attention away from this moment. Listen to me now with every part of your heart, because heaven brought you here with intention. This is not a mistake. This is not a random moment that happened to land in the middle of your day. This is a divine interruption, a holy intersection, a turning point that was written into your story. Before you ever drew your first breath, I am speaking to you now, because something in your life is standing at an edge. And if you walk past this moment without receiving what is being offered here, the blessing that has been held for you will begin to move away. My child, you felt something draw you here. A pull, a stirring, a quiet but distinct sense that you should not scroll past this, should not dismiss it, should not set it aside for another time. That was me. That was my spirit, reaching through the noise of everything competing for your attention, to touch your heart and stop your movement. You have been asking for signs, for answers, for some kind of direction that would cut through the fog. And now, heaven has opened its voice to speak directly into your life. You are not here by chance. You were brought here because heaven has something urgent to release into your hands. And something has been working against that release, doing everything possible to ensure you would never reach this moment. The enemy understood what was at stake if your eyes landed on these words. He understood what could happen if your heart opened even slightly. He understood that your spirit awakening in this moment could shift the trajectory of everything he had been working to build against you. He has been working quietly, invisibly, persistently, to keep you exhausted, numb, confused, overwhelmed, distracted, anything that would guarantee you would never arrive here. But you are here, and because you are here, something in the unseen realm is trembling. Heaven has drawn close, closer than you can currently sense or comprehend, because this precise moment is the doorway to the change your life has been needing for longer than you know. My beloved child, do not ignore this moment. Do not let it pass through your hands the way other moments have. I am not saying this to generate fear in you. I am saying it because I love you far too deeply to watch you step away from what has been waiting for you. For too long, you have been carrying weight on your shoulders that was never yours to hold. For too long, you have been fighting battles without the strength you were meant to have access to, carrying burdens that were always meant to be placed at my feet. You have cried alone. You have struggled without anyone fully understanding what you were struggling through. You have tried to make sense of pain that seemed to circle back around, no matter how many times you thought you had moved past it. Heaven saw all of it, every moment, every tear, every quiet breaking point that no one else witnessed. Heaven responded long before today, but the breakthrough, the release, the specific blessing that heaven has been holding in preparation for you, all of it requires your attention in this moment. You have no more time to keep delaying, no more time to keep setting aside what your spirit has been feeling and telling yourself you will address it later. I have reached toward you in quiet moments, between sleeping and waking. I have pressed against your heart in the stillness. I have tried to get your attention through small signs, through sudden, unexplained feelings of longing, through the restlessness that wouldn't let you fully settle. You felt those nudges, but you redirected yourself, telling yourself you would pray later, you would surrender later, you would come back to this later. But later has reached its end. The moment you have been circling around has arrived. The window is open right now, but it will not stay open in this same form indefinitely. I am not speaking through fear. I am speaking through love that is willing to be honest. When heaven opens a window, it is a sacred moment. When heaven draws this near, it is a holy appointment. And you, my child, are standing inside one right now. The atmosphere around you is shifting, even as you hear these words. Even if your physical senses cannot register it, something is holding its breath, waiting for your heart to respond. Those who exist in the unseen know what is at stake here. They know what is hovering just above your life right now. They know how close you are to stepping into what has been held back for years. You may feel something in your chest in this moment, a strange stirring, a warmth you cannot account for, a sudden clarity where your thoughts had been crowded, a tightening that is not fear, but something more like recognition. That is my presence pressing close to the places inside you that you have been protecting. You may feel something rising in your eyes unexpectedly. That is your spirit recognizing truth when it arrives. You may feel a sudden pull to close this, to move on to something else, to tell yourself this is not for you. That is not your own instinct. That is the enemy attempting to remove you from the one moment he has been most afraid of. My child, stay with me. This moment carries the weight of heaven itself. This moment is unlike others, and this moment will not come back to you in exactly this form again. I have watched you fight battles you told no one about. I have watched you hold yourself upright when everything inside you was collapsing. I have watched you keep going through stretches of life that would have stopped many people entirely. You have been praying for relief, for clarity, for some sign that the direction you are reaching toward is real. And heaven has been answering. But the breakthrough that was specifically prepared for your life requires your yes, requires your attention, requires your surrender. Right now, I am reaching for you in this moment, and I need you to reach back. There is something moving toward you that the enemy has been working to intercept. A shift, a healing, a release of what has been bound up, a restoration of what was taken. These things have already been released from heaven's side. But if you walk away from this moment as though it is ordinary, as though nothing of consequence is happening here, the blessing will begin to lift. Not because my love has changed, not because I have revised my plans for you, but because there is a connection between the posture of your heart and the landing of what heaven sends. Moments of divine timing carry weight, and they must be honored. You have wondered long enough. You have been pushed against long enough. You have been wading through long enough seasons with no visible movement. I am here right now to pull you into the place you were created to occupy. And you cannot afford to step back from this threshold again. Heaven brought you here with purpose. The enemy feared this moment arriving. Everything that is meant for you leans on your response to what is happening right now. This is the turning point your innermost self has been reaching for. This is the invitation your prayers have been stretching toward. This is the moment when heaven steps into your story and makes clear you cannot remain where you have been. My child, this moment will not return in the same way. But if you listen, if you stay, if you allow these words to move past the surface and reach the deep places, what belongs to you will begin to unfold. The protection will settle around you. The breakthrough will form. The healing will begin its movement. What has been holding will crack and release. What has been keeping things dark will weaken its grip. Do not close your heart to this. Do not treat what is happening right now as routine. This is my call to you before the shift begins. Stay with me. Hear me. Heaven is here. My child, stop and stay with me. I am speaking directly into your spirit right now, with a voice that cuts through every distraction, every burden, every layer of noise that has built up around your mind. Listen carefully. These words are not arriving in your life by chance. Heaven brought you to this exact moment. You did not stumble here. You did not click on something randomly and happen to land here. You were drawn here by a hand whose reach extends beyond what you can see, because you have no time left to keep wandering without direction. No time left to keep dismissing what your heart has already been sensing. What was prepared for you is on the edge of lifting. If your heart does not turn toward it now, my voice enters your spirit right now like a sudden breath of wind, moving through the places inside you that have gone still under the weight of pain, fear, and prolonged waiting, waking what has fallen dormant. You feel this moment differently than other moments, because it is different. Heaven has leaned toward you right now. The atmosphere around you carries something heavier, quieter, more charged, because something is pressing against the veil between what you can see and what is actually happening around your life. Those assigned to watch over you are present, waiting, hoping with everything they have that you will not move past this. My child, do not lose what heaven sent by walking away from this moment. I do not speak these words to create fear. I speak them because love warns when something is in danger. Love speaks truth, even when the truth carries discomfort. Love extends itself even toward the one who has been turning away. And right now, I am extending everything toward you with a tenderness that carries urgency, because the season for delay has ended. You have been circling the same pain, the same confusion, the same internal prisons for longer than you were ever meant to. Your spirit has been crying out for a turning point, and this is that turning point. This is where everything begins its change. If you respond, the enemy feared that your eyes would land here. He feared that your heart would open even a fraction in this moment, because he knows that the moment your heart opens, my power has somewhere to move. He knows that once you hear me with any real clarity, the hold he has maintained over your thinking begins to weaken. He has been working in ways you could not track, keeping you away from this moment specifically. He tried to fill your mind with noise before you arrived here. He tried to exhaust your body. He tried to weight your heart with a heaviness that would make even receiving something feel like effort. He tried to convince you through whispered suggestions that you were too tired to receive anything, too wounded to hope again, too far gone to be worth reaching, too lost to be found by anything real. But you are here, in spite of everything that was sent to stop you. You are here, and all of heaven is leaning toward you because of it. My child, what you feel in your chest right now, that stirring, that soft ache, that sudden awareness that something about this moment is serious and real, that is my spirit pressing against your spirit. That is my presence making itself known to the places inside you that have been the most guarded. That is my voice beneath all the other voices, saying, do not walk away. Stay with me. Hear me fully this time. For too long, you have been moving through days that carry more weight than you know how to hold. Through nights that feel as though they will never fully release into morning. Through seasons that felt empty in ways that were difficult to name. You have felt the pressure building without always being able to identify its source. You have felt signals from within yourself that you dismissed or tried to explain away. But your heart has known that something was shifting. Something has been stirring beneath the surface. Something in you recognizes that this moment carries a weight that is different from ordinary weight. This moment is not content to fill time. This moment is me. I have watched you carry things that were meant for my hands. I have watched you weep in the dark when no one was there to see it. I have watched you put on a functional face while something in you was breaking underneath it. I have watched you hope for change and then instinctively brace yourself against the hope. Because you had been disappointed enough times, that hope started to feel dangerous. I have watched you pray with a voice that shook, not knowing if anything was receiving what you were sending out. I have watched you push past the nudge toward me again and again, telling yourself tomorrow. But my child, your tomorrow has used up its margin. The time to listen is now. Heaven brought you here on purpose. This moment was not one you were meant to miss. I have opened something over your life, a specific opening that carries healing, clarity, protection, and the particular blessing that has your name written on it. But this opening is not permanent in its current form. There are moments in the spiritual realm that carry specific weight at specific times, and that weight is not carried indefinitely when the heart of the one it was prepared for does not turn toward it. That is why my voice carries something different right now. That is why something in your heart is more awake than it was a few minutes ago. That is why your emotions feel closer to the surface, why your spirit feels more exposed, why some part of you that had gone quiet has stirred back into awareness. You are standing in one of the most significant moments your life has contained. I say this with complete love. This moment will not return in precisely this form. I will not stop loving you. I will not stop reaching. But this particular opening, this specific weight of blessing hovering this close to you, this level of divine readiness to pour out what has been held in reserve for you. This is not a permanent condition. It is a moment, and moments require response. My child, the enemy has been feeding you specific lies, designed to keep you blind to the urgency of your own situation. Lies that tell you there is still plenty of time. Lies that suggest you have already disqualified yourself from receiving anything good. Lies that insist nothing will ever actually change, no matter what you do. Lies that describe me as distant, quiet, disappointed in you, no longer interested in what happens to your life. But my voice is breaking into your spirit right now to dismantle every one of those lies at its foundation. I am here. I am close. I am calling you with everything I have. I am pressing through every barrier, every wound, every layer of accumulated fear and doubt to pull you back into the life you were formed to walk in. You may feel something releasing in your chest even now. Some of the pressure giving way, a quietness arriving where the noise was, warmth where there was distance. That is not your imagination. That is not emotion manufacturing an experience. That is my presence drawing near, pulling you into alignment with what heaven prepared specifically for this moment. Do not turn away from it. Not now. Not this time. You have let whispers pass before. But this is not a whisper. This is a call, a reaching, a rescue, an intervention made out of love for someone whose destiny is far too significant to allow to be lost by default. Listen to me. Breathe, and let these words reach the places inside you that have been carrying the most pain. Let me speak into the wounds you have kept hidden from almost everyone. Let me into the fears you buried because examining them felt like too much. Let me reach the questions that live in the part of you that only comes forward when everything else has gone quiet. This moment is holy. This moment is tender. This moment is specifically yours. Heaven brought you here, and I am calling you with every urgency that love can carry. Stay with me, my child. This moment will not return in the same way, and what I have for you is worth staying for, my child. Listen closely now. What I am about to speak carries the full weight of heaven behind it. Heaven has been watching you move closer and closer to a dangerous edge without fully recognizing the ground falling away beneath your feet. You have felt the heaviness, the strange and persistent confusion, the pressure that settles in your chest without clear explanation. You attributed it to ordinary life, to the exhaustion of carrying too much, to stress that needed to be managed better. But what has been pressing on you runs deeper than any of that. It is spiritual in its source, and heaven has sounded an alarm over your life. Because something sacred is at risk. Something precious has been slipping. You have grown so accustomed to surviving the storm that you have stopped seeing the blessing I specifically prepared for you, hovering near, waiting for you to step into it. Answers and breakthroughs have been positioned close to your life, closer than your breath at moments, waiting for your heart to align with what I have been calling you toward. There were moments when you came within reach, when peace almost landed, when a door was beginning to form, when something was shifting toward release. You could feel the almost, but each time, hesitation arrived, distraction stepped in, delay pulled you back from the threshold. You told yourself you would try again, would pray more seriously later, would surrender when things settled, and each time, the blessing dimmed a fraction further. Not because I withdrew it from you in anger, but because your hesitation loosened your grip on what heaven was working to place in your hands. Hear me clearly. Heaven has raised an alarm because you are running out of the time you assumed you still had. The blessing that carries your name, shaped specifically for your life, designed around your particular calling, has begun to fade at its edges because your yes has not been offered. It is like something that wants to burn bright, but has been starved of the fuel of your attention and response. You cannot see it with your physical eyes, but your spirit has been feeling the empty space where fulfillment should have arrived by now. The tightness in your chest, the deep internal cry that says something needs to change. Now. Not later. Now. These are signals from within you that recognize what is at stake, even when your mind has not fully caught up. And that is why I brought you to this moment. To stop the loss before it becomes irreversible. To keep you from walking past your own miracle one more time. To pull you away from the edge you did not know you were standing on. You see the battles that have been draining you, but heaven sees what those battles have been working to keep you from reaching. Heaven sees the darkness that has been attempting to occupy the space that was designated for light in your life. This is why everything has felt heavier recently, why the world around you has pressed in harder, why your mind has felt overwhelmed by things that should be manageable, why small things have been carrying a weight that seems disproportionate to what they are. Your spirit has been sensing the tension happening in what you cannot see. Heaven pulling you toward life, toward purpose, toward the specific future I wrote for you. And the enemy pulling toward delay, distraction, spiritual numbness that would keep you just comfortable enough to never fully wake up. The enemy knows that if you hear me clearly in this moment, everything he constructed against you will begin to come apart. He knows that if you awaken now, the blessing he has been blocking will finally arrive. He knows that if clarity breaks through your confusion, you will see through his tactics in ways that will dismantle years of carefully laid deception. That is why he fought to keep you from this moment. But these are not just words. This is the alarm of heaven, sounding specifically for your soul. This alarm is not shame being directed at you. It is rescue arriving in the form of sound. It is intervention. Oh, it is me stepping between you and what the enemy had planned for this next stretch of your life. It is me standing in front of you saying, enough. Stop walking blind. Stop drifting further into territory that was never yours to wander through. I am here. And I am pulling you back. You are not in this moment alone. My presence surrounds you even now. The warmth you may be sensing, the unexpected pressure releasing in certain places, the tears that may be forming without a clear reason you can name. These are not emotions running ahead of understanding. These are spiritual realities making contact with the deepest layer of who you are. This is not just a message you are receiving. This is rescue in motion. Blessings that were withdrawing can return. Doors that were beginning to close can be reopened. Strength that was quietly leaving you can rise again. But you must listen. You must let this moment reach what it was sent to reach. You must receive this alarm for what it actually is. Heaven's love, refusing to let you drift any further. I am not here to make you afraid. I am here to prevent you from losing what was prepared for your future. I am here to stop a loss that has been accumulating quietly. I am here to reveal what has been operating against you in the dark. I am here to expose what the enemy hoped it would stay hidden long enough to do its full damage. I am here to tell you that your destiny is still alive, still reachable, still held in reserve for you. but it is closer to slipping away than you realize. And this moment is where the tide turns, if you will receive it. Heaven is speaking with urgency because heaven loves you with everything it carries. You are too valuable to be lost to distraction and delay. The purpose written over your life is too significant to be wasted. The future I designed for you is too full of light to allow darkness to extinguish it by default. That is why this alarm is ringing through your spirit right now. That is why my voice carries something you have not heard before. That is why this moment feels heavier and more real than ordinary moments. This is rescue. This is mercy in its most active form. This is your turning point arriving. Do not let it pass. My child, open the full depth of your heart as I speak what follows. Because what I am about to reveal is something you have felt the edges of for a long time, without having the full picture. You have wondered why the battles around your life have been as sustained and intense as they have been. Why your mind comes under assault in ways that seem disproportionate. Why your emotions shift without warning. Why discouragement arrives suddenly and without obvious cause. Why heaviness appears in moments that should feel peaceful. Why hope gathers itself and then collapses before it can fully establish itself. You assumed it was ordinary life, ordinary weakness, ordinary stress finding ordinary expression. But it is far more than that. I am telling you the truth now. The enemy has been studying your destiny with a particular intensity. He has seen what you have not yet been able to see about yourself. He has seen the specific light I placed inside you in the moment I formed you. He has seen the calling that is written over your life in places that only heaven can read. He has seen the capacity and the spiritual weight I embedded in you. He has seen what authority you would operate in if you ever came fully awake to who you actually are. And because he saw all of that, he set his attention on you. He did not target you because something is wrong with you. He targeted you because he recognized something in you that you yourself have not yet fully recognized. Strength, purpose, a future that directly threatens his plans. Every attack you have endured was not random. It was calculated. You have been living inside a spiritual conflict that runs far deeper than you understood while you were in the middle of it. The confusion that has clouded your thinking, the exhaustion that arrives even after adequate rest, the waves of unexplained sadness, the anger that surfaces without clear origin, the temptation that always seemed to know exactly when you were at your lowest, the discouragement that came in and dismantled your motivation at the worst possible moments, the heaviness that made ordinary things feel impossible. Every single one of these was a weapon formed and directed. The enemy watched you move toward each breakthrough and intensified his tactics every time you drew near. When blessing was approaching, he sent doubt to meet it. When peace was beginning to descend, he stirred something to disrupt it. When clarity was almost within reach, he introduced distraction. When you began to rise, he whispered things designed to make you sit back down. When your faith grew stronger, he found people or circumstances to use against you. When you reached toward me more intentionally, he attacked the quietness of your mind that made hearing me possible. He fought, not because you were losing ground. He fought because you were gaining it. He fought not because you were failing. He fought because you were rising. My child, the enemy has made a careful study of what discourages you. He knows what slows your momentum. He knows which wounds, when pressed, cause you to pull back from everything. He knows which memories can shake your confidence in an instant. He has been exhausting you deliberately, because a worn-out spirit is more susceptible to being misled. You have been so tired not because something is fundamentally inadequate in you, but because you have been in a war that you did not fully understand you were fighting. He feared this moment specifically. He sensed something shifting in the spiritual atmosphere around your life and understood what it meant. He knew that once you heard me speak truth into this place, his hold on your emotions would begin to give way. Once you felt my presence with any real depth, the fear he planted would start losing its power. Once your eyes opened to what was actually happening, his lies would lose the darkness they needed to operate in. He saw the breakthrough positioned in your future before you did. He saw the openings I was creating around you. He saw the blessing hovering, the doors beginning to form, the healing drawing near. He saw the shift I was building into this atmosphere of your life, and he panicked. The attacks that intensified were not the strategy of something winning. They were the scrambling of something that saw what was coming and was trying to create enough delay for the moment to pass. That is why the emotional attacks came without obvious reason. That is why discouragement struck on days that should have been peaceful. That is why small problems carried weight completely disproportionate to their actual size. The enemy was not attacking your present. He was attacking your future. You were stepping toward breakthrough. So he redirected everything he had toward interrupting your movement. But hear what I am saying now. He failed. You are here. You are listening. You are inside the very moment he fought the hardest to prevent you from reaching. You crossed the threshold he built everything to block. You have entered the place he feared the most. The place where you hear my voice without the interference winning. Do you feel something releasing in your chest right now? Some portion of the pressure that has been living there beginning to ease? Some of the chaos in your thinking beginning to settle into something quieter? That is not your imagination constructing a comforting experience. That is something real happening. That is clarity beginning its return. That is truth, doing what truth does when it is received, breaking what was false, and freeing what was held. You need to understand something foundational. The warfare around your life was never evidence of my absence from it. It was evidence of your significance within it. The more weight a destiny carries, the more sustained the opposition against it tends to be. The more heaven has placed in reserve for someone, the harder the enemy works to ensure they never step into position to receive it. What he feared, he could not stop. He feared your hearing my voice clearly. You are hearing it now. He feared your heart opening toward me. Your heart is opening right now. He feared you stepping into alignment with what I have prepared. This moment is that alignment beginning. He feared you waking up to who you actually are. My child, you are waking up in this moment. Every tear you shed in confusion was received by me and recorded. Every heavy season you endured was doing something in you that the enemy could see and you could not. Every time you felt like releasing your grip and somehow chose to hold on just a fraction longer. Heaven moved on your behalf in response to that choice. He pushed against you, and you survived. He struck at the foundations of your thinking, and you rose again. He whispered his lies continuously, and some part of you never fully surrendered to believing them entirely. He worked to break you down to nothing, and you are still standing. You have told yourself you are weak, but look at the evidence of your own story. You survived attacks that were designed with your destruction in mind. You made it through seasons that had the capacity to end someone. You endured storms that most of the people around you never even knew were happening. You fought battles that were entirely invisible to everyone who knew you. The enemy is not afraid of who you have been. He is afraid of who you are in the process of becoming. He knows that once you take hold of my hand with your full grip, the hold he has maintained over areas of your life simply ends. And that is why this moment is the one he worked hardest against. Because this moment is where you return to your actual strength. This is where the veil begins to lift. This is where truth exposes what has been operating in the dark. This is where you begin to rise again in a way that will not be reversed. Feel the shift that is happening even now. Sense how the heaviness is loosening its grip. How what was confused is beginning to find its first edges of clarity. How the enemy's strategies are being exposed to the light, where they lose their effectiveness. You are stepping into clarity because I am speaking it over you. You are stepping toward freedom because my presence is surrounding you in this moment. You are stepping into your destiny because you chose to respond when everything in the enemy's arsenal was working to prevent exactly that. Do not underestimate what is happening right now. Do not minimize what you are feeling. Do not allow doubt to talk you out of the significance of this moment. What is stirring in you is real. What is shifting is genuine. What is being dismantled is the accumulated structure of years of carefully aimed spiritual opposition. And what is beginning to form in its place is what was always meant to be there: clarity, purpose, the specific and unrepeatable life that I designed for you before you existed. My child, open your heart as I speak these next words, because I need you to understand something that will reframe everything you have experienced. Heaven prepared blessings specifically for your life, not generic blessings distributed without thought. Blessings shaped around the particular contours of your story, written with your name embedded in them, formed around the specific calling that I placed in you before your life began. They have been waiting, held in readiness, positioned for the moment your heart aligned with what I was asking of you. But blessings cannot maintain their position indefinitely above a heart that keeps saying later. They cannot remain hovering over a life where the ongoing response to heaven's call is not yet. I prepared these things with genuine joy. I watched the path of your future taking shape with beauty in it. But as time accumulated, hesitation moved in. Fear established itself. The world grew louder, and my voice became something that was easier to set aside for the next available quiet moment that never quite arrived. And blessings that had been positioned close began to move back. My beloved, I need you to take this fully into yourself. Blessing does not operate randomly or arbitrarily. It is not coincidence. It is not luck distributed without logic. Blessing responds to faith, to surrender, to the genuine posture of a heart that has turned toward the one who holds it. When your heart leans toward me, a pathway opens for heaven to release what it has been holding. When the heart pulls away, resists, delays, drifts without returning, what was positioned to arrive begins to step back, not as punishment from me, but as the natural consequence of a connection that requires two sides to remain active. The time for later has finished. What heaven is holding for you requires your yes right now. Not a perfect yes, not a performance of faith, not a declaration made for any audience. Just the honest yes of a heart that has finally turned fully in my direction and decided to stay there. That is what this moment is asking of you. And everything I have prepared for your life is waiting on the other side of that single honest response. Give it to me now, and watch what heaven releases